what you're going to need is going to need different ingredients. This is our first ingredient, and keep in mind you have everything in it. So first, we don't have different faces. We only have everything in one face. Just add each ingredient one by one. So look in the formula, follow the way I had everything. So this is my first ingredient. This is the distilled water. Keep in mind I will not be mentioning the other ingredient, but you will see the ingredient in the formula. This is ingredient number 1. Here is our distilled water. Okay, then followed by my ingredient number 2. This is ingredient number 3. Okay, then this is ingredient number 4. It's so tiny because I'm using a little bit. Then this ingredient is all the way down, but you can mix this together. Ingredient number 5. Okay, so step by step right there, just follow me and you will enjoy this. So the first thing you want to do is to take ingredient number 2 and number 3 and add them together. Mix ingredient number 2 and 3 together. If you are not a student at Stable Cosmetics, you may not understand this, so you need to get your formula. If you join today, you're going to have access to all the formula. So mix ingredient number 2 and number 3 together. Mix them. Do not over mix them. Okay. After that, you set it aside. Then ingredient number 4 and 5, mix them together and set aside also. You can see how easy this is to make. Okay, it's very easy to make, but it's just that you need a formula by a trained cosmetic chemist. You know, a lot of formula that you see out there are not formulas. They are not retail grade formula, and you know, it's just as if you're wasting your time. Yeah, so this is a retail grade formula. So mix ingredient number 2 and number 3 together, set it aside. Ingredient number 4 and 5 also, mix them together and set it aside. So next thing you're going to do is to add ingredient number 2 and 3 mixture. Okay, add it to your distilled water. Our distilled water is our ingredient number 1. So add it to it and mix as gentle as possible. And don't worry, even if you over mix it, don't worry, it's going to settle down in the next in less than 24 hours. This is going to settle down, so don't worry. Even if you over mix it, you don't have to really worry too much. Then we're going to mix that. Then you're going to set it aside. What I recommend you do right now is to take your second to the last ingredient. This is your fragrance and your solubilizer. Okay, so mix your fragrance and solubilizer together in the recommended amount in the formula. Okay, if you have any question about this very simple project, code process project, just send me an email. Okay, make sure you send me an email from your registered mail. I do not attend to mail from unregistered students, so keep that in mind. So mix ingredient, the last 2 ingredients, your solubilizer and the fragrance you want to use. So mix them together. If you want this to be organic, make sure the fragrance you use is accepted for making organic ingredients. So essential oil will be ideal for this. So mix that also and just set it aside. This is a cold process formula, so we're not going to do any mixing whatsoever. So we're going to set these 2 aside. Right now, after mixing, adding your ingredient number 2 and 3 mixture into your distilled water, right? Add your next ingredient, which is your moisturizer. Okay, this hand wash is moisturizing, that's why we are adding our moisturizer to this. So look in your ingredient number 6 is your moisturizer, so add your moisturizer to that. Mix gently and set it aside. Okay, mix gently, and even if you over mix it, don't worry too much, it's going to settle in the next 24 hours. So now that you have this, what is the next thing to do? We are going to add our thickener to this and make this thicken nicely. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is add your thickener. Okay, your thickener is indicated in the formula, so look on the formula and add your thickener gently and mix as you add. Mix well as you add in increment, just little at a time. Mix well. Don't worry too much about the foam. Then add, then mix. If you're doing a big batch, make sure add a little at a time and mix. A little at a time and mix. Mixing is very important. This time around, don't worry about mixing it gently, you will have to mix it well. Now we're done adding the thickener. Add, mix, mix, and mix. So at this point, what is next to do? We're going to add your preservative. Okay, the recommended preservative is included in the formula, so add your preservative to it. Add your preservative to it and the recommended amount. This is not a DIY formula, this is a professional formula. Now you can see that you have a lot of foam. We didn't use any chemical thickener. We use all natural thickener to thicken this. So this is a good formula for you, especially if you want to make organic hand wash. So at this phase, the next thing you want to do is to add your colorant mixture. Remember, we've already mixed our colorant with ingredient number 4. Okay, so add your colorant mixture to this and mix well. This is what will give your hand wash the desired color. The colorant is your choice depending on the color you want to make. Okay, so the colorant I use is in the formula linked below. So look at the formula in the link below. For my student only, this is our October 2021 project. We are a month ahead and we're going to do a lot of projects this month. Okay, we're going to do a lot of projects this month, so keep that in mind. So mix it well. Now we have a thick consistency, but it looks a bit foamy right now, right? So don't worry about that. We have a thick consistency. We didn't use any Critique or any other external. We use all natural thickener. Okay, perfect. So it's going to take us some time for the foam to settle down. We're not going to force it to settle down. Now it's time to add your fragrance. Okay, add your fragrance and solubilizer mixture. That your fragrance and solubilizer mixture goes into this. That is your final addition. See how easy it is to make a retail grade. This is not a crappy DIY thing. No, this is a standard retail grade organic hand wash. It's so easy to make. It's a cold process formula. Not all formula goes through heat. Okay, this doesn't need any heat. And here is our retail grade. Now you wonder, oh my god, where is my hand wash? I'm going to show you exactly what it will look like in the next less than 24 hours. Just if you make it at night, leave it overnight, then I'll show you what we get for this in the next 24 hours. Okay, so this is what we get. What you now have to do is to cover it and set it aside for the next 24 hours. You want to cover it, set it aside, and in the next 24 hours you will open it to get the amazing hand wash, organic hand wash. So cover it, set it aside, take it away from any source of heat so you can keep it in your cupboard. Okay, and the next 24 hours you see exactly what we are going to get. And here is what you get. This is exactly what you will get. Okay, if you use the same color as mine in the formula, I told you the colorant I used. So here is what you're going to get if you leave it overnight, because you know yesterday, like last night when I showed you that, it's so foamy and white. Okay, but the colorant I used, this is exactly what you get after leaving it overnight. Make sure it's covered overnight. After leaving it overnight, this is exactly what you get. And oftentimes when you notice that it hasn't really reached the consistency that you want the clear consistency you want to leave it more. Okay, just leave it covered a little bit more, then you're going to get exactly that. Exactly within 24 hours you are going to get it. And this is our retail grade hand wash. Okay, it's moisturizing hand wash because we have aloe vera in it. Okay, I hope this has been of help to you. If you need any help with this special formulation project, feel free to reach out to me via the contact information at stablecosmeticformulas.com. I provide mentorship for all my students, and I also help you also to stabilize some formula that you have. We have covered a lot of ground. Remember, I teach formulation by a project every month. Okay, so this is exactly the project that we have for October 2021. We are way over our we always do this ahead. Okay, if you want to join me, head over to stablecosmeticformulas.com. That is where I teach a lot of experience of formulators. Whether you have, as long as you have a little DIY experience, you can follow instruction. This is exactly what you get. You learn how to make different beauty products, a project at a time. Thanks for joining me today, and happy formulating, everyone.